I'm from Selma, California. It's a really small town. It's right in the middle of the state in the 559 in the Central Valley. There was a lot of farmland where I lived, so that was pretty much the big point of my life. It was really farming and wrestling. We grow grapes and raisins, mostly raisins. That's what we mainly focus on. We farm about 350 acres of land, so we got a pretty big spot we got to take care of.
Selma is the raisin capital of the world. The farming here is a little bit different compared to the Midwest type farming. In the Midwest, there's bigger farms. You use more machines, bigger tractors. Here in the Central Valley, it's more manual labor. And he's helped me since he was 5 years old.
He's out there, it's 110, 115 degree heat, and basically a winter jacket, head to toe gloves, basically picking up these raisin sacks and throwing them in the harvester. I was like, man, no wonder this guy's so tough.
I tend to do more of the hard stuff that they don't want to do because I'm younger, so I can do it a little bit better. Sometimes it's just as simple as irrigating and pulling weeds and just making sure everything is clean and ready to go for season.
I have a machine, it's called a raisin shaker. So we dump these 1,000-pound bins over the shaker, clean up the raisins, take all the foreign material out, box them up, send them into the packer. Well, he's been running my machine since he was 8 years old.
So I watched him do it. I didn't really help him too much. Because they have land, they have like these cool like ATVs, these gators and stuff. So we would drive those, and when he was working, I would drive those. And so, it is very physically demanding.
He's not a complainer, so he would never complain about it. But he would always tell me, he's like, Dad, I hope you know when I get older, I'm not doing this no more. He's like, this is why I'm going to school. I don't want to do this forever. He doesn't want to be a farmer. He just basically does it to help us as a family.
Me and my dad have always been pretty close, and we got really close after my brother passed away. As I got older, I knew myself how hard it was farming, the stresses, and I was just wanted to help to alleviate some of that on my dad, so it wasn't all put on him. So anything I could do, even if I didn't want to do it, I just wanted to help him.
He does the farming, so anything would ever happen to me, he's going to be fine. We're super, super close. We have a special relationship.
I started wrestling when I was 6. Both the sides of the family wanted me to wrestle, and they've really pushed for me to wrestle. I played other sports growing up, but we always knew this is what I was going to be doing when I got older.
He really liked to play basketball. Basketball was his passion, but he's just not big enough for basketball. His mom's side of his family was real big in wrestling. When he first started walking, he was already going to tournaments and he was around it. And he was going to be a wrestler. One way or the other, he was going to be a wrestler.
My grandpa was the wrestling coach for my uncle, so I already had the pipeline in Selma from them. My uncle was probably one of my most favorite coaches ever. He was a lot different than coaches I had in the past, and different than my dad. He was the one who really wanted me to wrestle in college, besides my parents obviously, but he pushed me a lot more. Once I got to about middle school, that's when I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I stopped playing other sports and I just focused on wrestling. And that's when I started winning a lot more. Once I started winning, I didn't want to stop winning.
His grades were always really good. And out of our school, we had several scholarships annually, wrestlers going to big colleges. He actually figured out that, I could do that. I can go to college and, I can get it paid for. And that's when he really started taking it more serious and everything started to fall into place.
I won 2 state championships in high school. The first state championship was pretty special. It definitely sparked my interest more in wrestling because it was basically telling myself that I'm good enough to be here and I could accomplish the goals that I've set for myself at the highest level.
The recruiting process for Tristan was a little unique. He had already committed to Fresno State University. Tristan was very close friends with Chase Saldate, who had already verbally committed to us, and they said, well, do you guys need a 25-pounder? Are you recruiting? And that kind of opened things up.
I convinced T to come to Michigan State with me because he was my best friend at the time, and I knew he'd really like it. The opportunity I was getting, I've been here, T never seen this place, and that just changing it up for 4, 5, 6 years would be really huge for both of us as a whole. And that's why I really pushed him to come, and I kind of was annoyed about it. I was like, dude, just take a visit, take a visit, take a visit.
He was trying to get me to come up here. He wanted me up here with him. He didn't want to be by himself, so that's how I like to think of it. It just felt like family here, and where I come from in wrestling, there was a small community, and we were really close, and it was really tight-knit. And I felt like it was like that over here, and I really liked it. And then the fact that everybody just wanted to be great, that's the same mindset I had, and that definitely contributed to me coming here.
Tristan, right away, you could see his toughness, his work ethic, and his willingness to speak up to the rest of the program. And it spoke to who he was, and he was willing to be a leader right away as a freshman. There's no doubt the farming background and the toughness that goes into that has been a natural correlation to the wrestling world.
You can't break him physically. He's just so mentally tough, and I think it's from just doing the hard labor work in 100+ degree weather every day since you were growing up. To this day, he goes home and works.
He doesn't fear a lot. I don't know if it's because what he's been through throughout his life, but the kid just doesn't have any fear. And he'll tackle any challenge that comes his way. So that makes me feel good.
Everything that Tristan does, he does 100%. He's committed to it. And that's to his academic work, that's to his wrestling, that's to working on the farm. Once he commits his mind to something, you're going to get the 100% version of Tristan Lujan.
1,500, you can lock that one in. The amount of hard work we put in, it always feels so good to get a win. Feels like a lot of weights lifted off your shoulders. And just winning for my team is like winning for my family. I want to win just for them, for myself, and for the team and the school, represent them well.